Okay, here we go. We're gonna do something awesome this morning. I made a connection with someone who I had previously made a connection with, and we kind of drew apart. So it was an Xbox connection, but I'm always kind of I don't know what the word is for it. I'm shocked. I don't think is appropriate, but I'm not expecting to make as deep a connections online as I tend to make. I've had several instances where I've been able to sit down and just talk to someone for an extended period of time, and we have incredibly fruitful conversations. And those conversations usually kind of stick with me for a couple of days, where I'm just like, oh wow, like that was wild. That was a whole conversation. And I had one last night. There was a good, solid conversation with someone who, what am I trying to say? Like I said, I've already connected with this person before in the past. And what was weird is, like, I couldn't remember. I was like, did we have these sorts of conversations in the past? And is that why our connection was so strong? Or were we just hanging out a lot and that's why? But at any rate, it's nice to have those deeper conversations with people and to be like, I don't know, talking about deeper things in life. And there's a lot of, I think, I don't want to say simple-minded people out there, but there's a lot of people, especially males, who just get together and have locker room talk all day. And it's like, I don't want to have locker room conversations. I want to, like, actually have an intelligent conversation. And I've been able to find people online who can provide that sort of conversation. And it's always very interesting when we kind of get real and have a good conversation. One of my more recent ones, I can remember me and that individual, and that's the thing, it seems like we always are losing touch with each other, but me and that individual haven't spoken for a while, and that's just because the person hasn't gotten on in a good long time. And I tried to reach out to them, be like, hey, like, here's my phone number, you should text me, we could be bros. And they never did get back to me on that one. And so, whatever. But, and then having this individual back has been interesting. And it shows kind of a difference in the, I don't want to say quality, but like in the kinds of friendships that I've been holding. Because I've been spending a lion's share of my time on Xbox with one particular individual, or a couple particular individuals, just because they're really the only ones that were around for a while. And now, for one reason or another, a lot of my other friends are starting to resurface. And so it's like, I don't really need these people in my life so much, because the other friends have come back to save me from the depths of whatever I was in. And that's not to say that these other people are lesser people or at any way inferior or anything. It's just different company, and we talk about different things, and we connect on different issues. And I can appreciate someone with whom I can have a deep conversation with, but not every conversation I want to have do I want to be this deep philosophical thing. But I also don't want every conversation I can have to be some surface level garbage either. And so it's all just a big ol' kind of mess of things. And it's funny, he says that the individual I was talking about was talking about how he has to like take notes to remember the multiple conversations he's had, and it makes me wonder if he is in remembrance of all of our conversations or if he's not. I know he wasn't necessarily taking notes because he had to take notes for conversations that he has for his work, but like I'm trying to think back at our conversations and be like, so did we have a conversation? Did we not? It's like I know we had conversations, but like how deep are these conversations? Were they as deep as the conversations we had last night? Were they deeper? Were they more surface level? Playing catch up is always an interesting thing because it's not, you do have friends with whom you can just pick up as though you've never missed a day, and I think it allows me to appreciate those friends more when I have other friends with whom I can't pick up as though we haven't missed a day. And there's nothing, again, superior about one way or the other. They both have their benefits. It's kind of cool to meet an old friend with whom it's like a brand new experience. And like to that effect, like I don't even know if this individual quantifies as a new friend or an old friend, because I can't really remember when we first started hanging out, and I certainly don't remember when we stopped. There was conversations going around about us doing a large meetup, but the person organizing it ultimately like abandoned it, because I've organized large meetups in the past. So I was like, I'm not going to help organize this thing. I just want to sit back and be a participant. And I watched it fizzle out into nothing instead, which is fine. But I do wish that I could be a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I do wish that I could be a little bit more engaged in let me think here. I do wish I could be a little bit more engaged in like meetup culture. I do like meeting up with my Xbox friends. I think that brings your friendship to a next level kind of place. But a lot of the meetups that I have been privy to, I in general am not real big into travel. I'm very nervous behind the wheel, so I don't like driving long trips, and just in general I don't like traveling all that much. Like, my idea of a good time isn't to go visit some extravagant place that I've never seen before. It's kind of doing all the things around town or in my house that I have always said that I wanted to do, and then not doing it, or then actually doing it. So, because like everybody has plenty of things around the house that they want to do but just can never get around to doing. And to me, that is like all that I really need. I don't necessarily want to go out into the world and visit all these places and see what everything has to offer. So hopefully I can foster a better meetup culture. This other buddy of mine who I've been spending a lot of time with, him and a bunch of his friends get together every year in Nashville, and I've been trying to figure out how I might do that. And I think that think that I could figure it out if I really wanted to. Part of the problem is like, it's like I want to do the meetup, and then I don't want to do the meetup, and then I do, and then I don't, and then I do, and then I don't, and I don't know where I'm gonna land. And it's all fine and dandy right now because I'm not under pressure to go do it. But I mean, eventually the time is gonna come where it's like, okay, you should really decide whether or not you're coming down and doing this. And I don't know. I've not done a trip before, so doing a trip now seems weird, but not weird, but just different. At any rate, we'll see. Like, you never know what time holds in store for you as someone who's frequented internet friendships. Like, they do have a tendency to come and go, and not necessarily go as in you're not friends anymore, but go as in like their priorities change and they don't get on whatever internet platform you met them on as often as they used to, or ever again. And that's the nature of internet friendship. I think online friends are a wonderful thing that everybody deserves to experience and have, but there is a bit of an infinite sadness tied to it, because you almost know that indefinitely you're going to lose people. And part of that is reality, just in a different light. Like, how many friends have you made in person? You really thought that you and this person were great and going to be the best of friends for an eternity, only for you to ultimately just stop communicating with each other for one reason or another. And so I feel like the internet is no different in that way. It expands your horizons as to the amount of people that you could possibly meet, because you could meet tons of people that you would have otherwise never have met. But it also expands the amount of people who can just randomly no longer be a part of your life. And it feels different on the internet because there's less barrier of entry. Getting on an online platform and joining a party chat is a lot less of a commitment than going out and meeting someone in town. And that is, it's impossible to ignore that. And so then the hope there is that your friendships made on that platform should be more permanent, because you're friends from the comfort of your own home. But that's not necessarily the case. Whatever. It's just an interesting thing to look at, the variance of people with whom I run into and the thoughts and opinions that they have. The first one that I talked to and had a good long conversation with is the same age as I am, and that was pretty cool. I haven't met people, not that I'm an age group that's absent on the internet or anything like that, but I haven't actually met someone like the exact same age as me in a long time. And I actually met this person through a friend of his, and we're all the same age. And I mean, we got together pretty well, all things considered, but one of them was always kind of distant and didn't really ever want to do anything outside of his like very small friends group. And like, admittedly, we didn't have a lot of games in common, and like we only played like one game together. We played kind of two games together, but mostly it was just the one. And then when that game kind of died out, I would join their party to talk or whatever, but I rarely ever played anything with them again. And it's unfortunate, but it's just the way that cookie crumbles. They were into like very like in-depth games that are challenging and have a steep learning curve, all that kind of stuff. And I just do not have time enough in my life to commit to getting good at a game like that, so I just don't play them, because if I'm not good at them, then they frustrate me. And that's a thing too. Like, there's cultures of people on online gaming friendships as well. There are people who will not talk to you unless you're playing a game together. And there are other people who will just get online just for the sake of talking. And you can sit in a lobby and talk all day. And everybody is different, and they use that platform for different reasons, and that's okay. Like, we don't all have to only play games together to get together on this platform. We don't all have to only want to talk to each other to get together on this platform. There's benefits to both. And so hopefully we can all kind of experience these benefits and appreciate them. And until then, we'll continue to do what we do, and we'll hopefully be able to do some great things. And that's really all I have to say. We're winding down for the day. Observing different friendship dynamics has been interesting with you all. I gained a full-fledged fan of Compression Man yesterday. He actually went through and commented on every video and enjoyed all the products. And that felt pretty good. So it's nice to have someone who legitimately enjoys your work. He'll be disappointed to know that there's only one more new episode coming down the pipe before my season break. But it is interesting. I'm diving into the world of indie animation now on YouTube and figuring out the who's who of that and what's going on there and how to hopefully stand alone on my own. But at any rate, it has been a wonderful conversation with you all. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.